So hi, I will speak about news SEO insights. My name is Tobias Willmann. I work for Blick.ch as an SEO. And if you talk about news SEO, it's always about these boxes. That's the so-called news box. And the second thing is always Google Discovery nowadays. So a lot of traffic is coming through this aggregator. Yeah, also really important. Then start with the first topic, links. So many SEOs speak about links. You need to do link building, outreach, whatever. To be honest, as a news SEO, you don't care. You have so many links and you grow them naturally because you have good content. So easy here. The next topic I have is content. Also here, usually SEO struggle with getting someone to write something useful. So if you imagine these agencies, really bad stuff coming there. Also as a news SEO, it's much easier here. You have content as the core product because you have, in our case, 150 journalists which are experts in content. So much better. But in terms of content, you struggle with faster production to have content at the right time because your competition is not a normal website, but it's other publishers which have also a really high-speed output. And you need to have SEO-relevant content as a publisher to do successful news SEO. So I will show you the process, how it is in our case. In our case, the SEO team is giving input. Then editors, so journalists, are writing articles, and later on, the SEO team is optimizing the articles if it's not working in search. And to give an idea about these inputs, it's all the SEO inputs are all the content recommendations are 100% data driven. So we never have ideas out of thin air or because we are creative, but we check some data and then we do an input. Yeah, come on. So as an example, that's Google Trends, and you can see, okay, there is something trending like Fridays for Future. And you could come up with this idea, but let's be honest, if you compare that to Mother's Day, and you just check the data, you say, hey, Mother's Day is much more important. And if you do something like that, like recommending Mother's Day, then you will have the huge discussion with journalists about SEO bullshit and quality journalism because they want to write about the Fridays for Future, of course, and Mother's Day is a boring topic for them. So, yeah. So you have a lot to explain in a newsroom. So you explain SEO, you train people, and I will just do one example here, which is from NZZ. And look at this great headline. And yet now imagine you Google for Stripe Börsengang, which is the topic here, and you get this headline. So you don't know what's behind this headline, and it's really the click-through rate will be super low. And so you have to explain journalists that it's better to use locations, organizations, people in the headline to maybe put the keyword first. And you also need a technical implementation that you can separate the print headline from the title tag, which defines this blue line. And so you come up with something like this, which is, by the way, the real headline of NZZ, so well done. And the other one I faked, so yeah. So next topic is if you have a print legacy, then you have this print and forget versus the internet, which is like this. So you have an article life cycle, which is you write something, you publish, then it's printed, you cannot change anymore. So you have to forget. And today, what we in Blick's SEO team do is we try to extend this life cycle. So we recycle articles, we extend articles, we optimize them if they not work in search, and so try to extend the life cycle of the article. So let's switch to technical SEO, and the first topic, I thought I can come up with something like this, but we had a discussion this afternoon, and probably I will skip the topic of JavaScript SEO and of possible delays here. So because this guy said it's not different for publishers anymore, so I will skip it and go to the speed of your platform, which is really important. As a publisher, you do breaking news, you want to be speedy also with your platform. And what we did here is we did Google Lighthouse tests for 70 publishers, and we checked the home pages, especially for these page speed scores. And what we saw here for many publishers, you have huge variances between the best and the worst of these page speed scores, and sometimes it's just a few hours in between. And so you wonder, why is there so much variance in the page speed scores? And it's the ads, because for speed, for publishers, the biggest problem for speed for many of them is shitty ads. And the idea is here to avoid ads which slow down your site. And of course, do all the other things to improve, like lazy loading, WebP compression, proper image sizing, server-side rendering, and so on. So speed is really important. Another one which is maybe special to publishing SEO is a News XML sitemap, which is something to support the bot to find stuff. A News XML sitemap is a special sitemap for news. It's limited to 1,000 entries, and the entries have to be newer than 48 hours, I think. And you can add something like the publication date in here, or the headline, and so on. In addition, I would recommend to, in general, have something like other entry points, RSS feeds, or proper links, good section pages, and also good website architecture, so that in these huge sites, the crawler can go fluently and find stuff. Next topic, I will structure data is really important for news SEO. So there are special tags or special markups you can use for news SEO, like the news article markup, where you can give in a structured way. It's a JSON LD, where you can show this is the author, and this is the publishing date, and this is the modification date, and so on, so that it's easier for a search engine to index and to find stuff. Also really interesting for me is this image, how is it called? Image, I'm not sure, image object or something. And there are special ones which are used by Google for the preview images in Google Discover or Google News and so on. And so that's a recommendation to do different predefined sizes of images and show this in the markup.
So it's just like the free promotions. Like
yeah, exactly. So it's about having 1:1, 4:3, and I think with I think 1,200 pixels in.
So the Google one will repeat that.
Yeah. It's for this one is that's the 1:1, of course, but there are other formats, and it's good to have these formats if you do news SEO. Then that's a special one for us. Maybe we will start Blick TV, which is live video more or less. So we will have live streams all day soon, and there you can use a video object markup and a broadcast event markup. And broadcast event offers you something like, we are live now and we expect to be live for 20 minutes. And you can combine these two with the indexing API, which is available for jobs and for live video. And then you can say, we are now live with the video, or you can push another one for the live stream ended. And then the cool thing here is you will have these really nice live icons in search, which, yeah, come on, even YouTube cannot produce live content as a publisher. That's a huge opportunity if you have live video, really cool. So then AMP, it's a web component framework and website publishing technology. I will be really fast here. It's fast, it's CSS and JavaScript is limited, and it's coming pre-cached from Google. There are some blockers for bad practices. But the main part here is that if you want to be in this mobile news carousel, it just works with AMP. So whatever news topic you search on your mobile device, there will be two carousels or one carousel, and one of them is the news carousel. And this news carousel, you will see just articles with this icon. So it's really a must-have if you want to be in this carousel, to have AMP. Then you want to do AMP as good as your mobile site. So there are some guys who tried something like first paragraph and then add a button, please install the app. That's against the guideline. You will not be listed anymore. Also recommended is to have a valid AMP page. You want to be up to date with AMP. So as an example, there is always an AMP conference in April, I think, and they announced the new stuff they have in AMP. And they announced 2 years ago AMP Stories as an alternative to Instagram Stories or Snapchat, which is visual storytelling. And the cool thing here is it's based on AMP HTML, not video editing and stuff. So in general, as a developer, you should like it. And now the new thing is, in the US, it's in Google Search, and it will probably be in search in Europe too soon. And then you have another option to be listed. Next topic is data, and I will start with an example. So there's different user flows if you are coming from search. So this is search. You search for something. Yeah, I'm in sleep mode. So if you're coming from search, then you search for Federer, you click on the search result, you end up on the page. That's completely different to using an app. If you use the app, you end up on the home page, and then you go to the article. And there are two things happening. If you have a strong brand, then you have a lot of people entering the sessions on the home page through the app or also on direct. And the second booster is if you have an article placed in a top position on the homepage, then you will have amazing click-through rates, whatever topic you have. And you end up with something like this. So in this case, there's an article, and this article had 72% of its page views with a previous page path of home. So it was boosted by the homepage massively. And then you want to compete with SEO, so which is somewhere in this 6.6% in entrances. Really hard to argue. And so also here you have to explain this case that you should have better and more precise KPIs to learn about this homepage booster and to learn about how important SEO is in reality. And then you can, for example, highlight that organic was huge too in other cases. So, or you can highlight that this is the homepage and that you have an underperforming teaser on the homepage. This shows an expected homepage performance for its position and time. And you see this one was underperforming, so you could change and reorganize the homepage so that you have a green fields here, more or less. Then another topic related to data is tracking of rankings. That's always coming up as a topic. So you have some tracking on your site, and then you want to know what's happening in Bing, what's trending there, am I ranking there, and so on. And then you have usually a discussion with clients or managers about synonyms, long tails, and you as an SEO, you at some point say, yeah, there are so many synonyms, so many long tail topics, and yeah, we should go more for the topic, not just for a single keyword. And then, yeah, it can end up like this with a discussion, and the whole thing is even worse with news SEO. Because even the shorthead keywords in news SEO change all the time. So in this case, 80% of the shorthead keywords haven't been trending a month ago. So you have to change always, even the shorthead, which makes it really complicated to go with normal tracking of rankings. And so you need to select useful data. And with a general stable keyword set, it won't work for news. So you need a special keyword set like the one in News Dashboard, which is, News Dashboard is a special tool which tracks especially news-related keywords, and they change all the time, the keywords. If you check Systrix or Searchmetrics or these normal SEO tools, they are great for e-commerce or something, but with news, it's really, if you get a general keyword set, it's not so cool. I also like the data in Google Search Console because there you have all the long tail. We go with the API here and we export about 250,000 rows of data every day. So we know basically every long tail thing which is happening there if we had a ranking, of course. That's a precondition. It's free, yeah. You need some hacks to get all of it. So, I'm not even sure if you need it now, the hacks. In the past, you needed some hacks. Then the freshness and frequency of data is also important. With News Dashboard, they offer rankings every 15 minutes, so you can work with that for news. But also Systrix and Searchmetrics, they go with 7 days, and yeah, okay, I have a snapshot. I ranked on position 10 7 days ago for Trump. Yeah, not so important for me. I also like Google Search Console here, but you could improve and do it real time. This would be really cool. Yeah? Ah, cool. 1 day, okay.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, sorry.
Just uploaded the blog post a couple of days ago. So.
Okay. And then I would also recommend to go with a real-time normal web tracking tool like Chartbeat, Google Analytics, real-time, and so on to go more for the URLs and not for keywords. It gets interesting if you combine all these data because you have so many data points and then you get insights. And so you want to switch from Excel to something serious. And, oh, what's now? Really?
Try again, maybe.
In the preview, it's there.
The preview is there, that's good. It's like worst case, we're just gonna go through preview. Zoom preview. Yeah.
So, okay, I will zoom the preview. Weird. Come on. Oh, not working. Maybe refresh.
That was great.
Ah, there it is. So, in this case, that's an example of what we do when we combine data. It's a tool where you can type in a week on the top, and then you get all the keywords which have a peak in this week within the last 5 years. And there's also some additional data. So these peaks are out of Google Trends and Google Search Console. And there is also something which helps you to which article you could recycle, which is an article which ranked in that period a year ago or something. And there's also News Dashboard data involved here, which helps you to say, to tell about is it rising or not. And with something like this, you can really estimate how big the topic will be for all the seasonal topics. Then I have some SEO inspiration data. And this is from News Dashboard, so they offer you missing topics. And they show you, okay, it's FC Basel is the topic which could have had a ranking now within the last 15 minutes, and you miss it. And these are the headlines of the others. So maybe you want to go for the topic. Yeah, this is a Swiss one, so you go for every country they offer. They have a local one. Then you can go with Google Trends, of course, like in the example, but you can go for Last Christmas and Gingerbread Cookie, and you see, okay, seasonality. And you can export this to decide when to write about gingerbread cookies. And then I say, okay, we could start in August, and we should have it on Christmas. And you can do some calculation here and get to the point that if you publish in the first week of December, you miss 42% of the possible interest because you're too late. And you should go maybe 1st of November and publish it there. Then it's about exploring new data. I have to mention Google Discover again. Google Discover is a news aggregator. It's personalized to you. It's offering news and it's also offering normal articles. And it's really interesting for us to get in there because now in Search Console you get some information about how big it is. And you see here 40% of our clicks are coming from Google Discover, which is huge. And so you want to explore now data related to Google Discover and to get into optimizing for that. So that's it.